What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ride the Bean. I bought these gloves, the Klim Adventure GoreTex gloves, about 3 years ago now, to use on my big adventure going from the North Cape to Africa. If you've followed the channel, you know that didn't exactly happen the way it did, but I have lived with these gloves now for over 2 years, with mostly daily use. And I thought in this video I would tell you my opinion about them. It's not really a review per se, but just I'll let you know what I like and what I don't like about them after having used them. I wanted a pair of gloves that I could use in lots of different conditions and that would hopefully last a while. And I had heard a lot of good things about these gloves. Klim or Klim, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, is a really good brand, and I really like the stuff that they make. But I do have some qualms with it as well. I paid €250 for these gloves, which is quite a lot for a pair of gloves, I think. So I was expecting them to last at least my whole trip. And of course, you see, they are still here, but they're not whole anymore. When I first bought them, I went on a couple of shorter trips around Norway and I got to experience quite a lot of different conditions with rain and cold, down to 5 degrees, and a few days of really nice weather and 25 degrees, blue skies and nice riding. I've used them on long stretches on asphalt and off-road, and after the first few months of using them, I was really happy. When they were brand new, they were very stiff, but after a while they softened up and started to mold to my hands and fit really well. And so I was really happy with these gloves when I started my trip. But on the way home from one of those trips, I ended up in a heavy rainstorm. And I learned then that the gloves aren't really waterproof, even when they were brand new. I think the first really heavy rainstorm, I had used the gloves about a month, and I was soaking wet all the way through. My fingers were icy cold and all shriveled up after just 1 hour riding. But I don't know if anything actually is 100% waterproof. I have never experienced any item of clothing that is actually waterproof when it's really bad weather. I've used GoreTex in the military and in lots of conditions, but I've never stayed dry in heavy rain. So with that in mind, I guess they lived up to expectations. Then I started my trip and I went down through France and Spain and Portugal. I went to Morocco and lots of other places, and I got to experience all kinds of conditions, from riding in the Sahara to crossing the Pyrenees in a hailstorm. But when I did come back over the Pyrenees, I noticed that my gloves were starting to feel a little bit different. They were sort of shrinking and felt tighter and smaller. I don't know why that was, but they didn't feel really comfortable after that heavy rain. They were like soaked. And they dried. I tried to dry them over like a hot air thing, and they just shriveled up and became really stiff. And they're still stiff from that. But worse than that is that they started disintegrating after that rainstorm. As you can see here, there's full of holes, and the thumb at least is falling apart, and the lining on the inside is loose. And when it's raining and my hands are wet, I can't get the gloves on or off. I have to put them on like now when they're completely dry. Then I can put them on. If it starts raining now and I take the glove off, I cannot put it back on again. It's impossible. And so that's kind of a big issue for me now. It wasn't like that in the beginning. As long as the fabric on the inside is good, I could take my hand in and out. But now it's just impossible because it just turns inside out. When it comes to the most important task of the gloves, which is protection, I'm really happy with it, because they do protect me a lot. I've fallen many times on this trip, both hard and light falls and in all kinds of terrain, and even a big crash into a river and they survived all of that. And my hands were unscathed in all of those situations, which I think largely is it's thanks to the gloves. So protection-wise, I'm really happy with them. So overall, my overall impression of the gloves is that I really like them. I think they're a little bit overpriced, but with normal usage, I think they would probably last a lot longer. But I was using them every single day for a long time, a year and a half, 2 years, every single day almost. So that of course wears it out faster than regular use. But still, I was hoping that they would last 2 years, but they didn't, before they started falling apart. So would I buy the gloves again? Probably. I really like them overall. I think they're really great. The only thing I don't like is the longevity of them. If you're gonna buy a pair of gloves to go on a few trips a year and stuff like this, I think these are really good. But if you're expecting them to actually last a full long trip with heavy riding and heavy wear, they won't last, at least in my experience. So yeah, I guess that's my my opinion on these gloves. They're really cool looking and comfortable when they fit. I do want to go on another trip, and I'm probably gonna need to buy some new gloves in the future. So I don't know, should I buy these again, or the similar gloves, or do you guys have any other recommendations that would be good to try instead of the Klim gloves? So I don't know if that was useful for you, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. If you did, give me a thumbs up and click subscribe and ring the bell if you want to see what I end up doing next. See you in the next one. Peace.